if you're on this port of the switch and you're going to this computer, then the switch makes a connection between the two of you, just like that, correct? So if there is somebody here and this person wants to listen to traffic that's going in between you, they're not going to get anything because they are not connected to anywhere. Okay, it's just a floating, it's just floating port that's not connected anyway. So it's not like in a hub. In a hub, it's very easy. In a hub, all of us are connected to what? We're all connected to the same wire. So when I send data from here to here, anybody here with a sniffer, okay, like Wireshark, they will see all the traffic, you know. But in here, I'm not going to be able to see the traffic because I am isolated on my port. So hackers have to come up with some creative ideas to see that traffic, okay? One of them is called MAC address flooding. So they will use a program that basically generates hundreds and thousands of bogus MAC addresses. And the switch basically going to fill up the MAC address table to the point where it cannot hold any more MAC addresses. So what happens when legit traffic comes from here and tries to go to here, the switch does not have the MAC address of this one, and it cannot add the MAC address because the table is full. So then what it does, it's going to send this destination traffic, since it doesn't know which port this PC is connected to, it's going to send the traffic to all the ports. So then this person here is going to collect the traffic that's going to this one because it's sent to all the ports. That's called MAC address flooding. There is a very simple example. It's a Linux program. It's a Linux program that runs on Linux. That they use it, and somebody even put it on a Raspberry Pi, tiny, because it runs Linux. And they put the program and they just plug it in a super tiny like that. They can come and walk into any one of these ports and just plug it in. And it's a simple DOS, Linux command line program that generates thousands of bogus MAC addresses that the source, just source MAC addresses of bogus computers that they do not exist. Just generate as many as you want. All right, and this one, the switch trying to keep up, it takes all these MAC addresses and put them. It's learning. It's like you're putting 20 or 30,000 PCs on this port. So all these MAC addresses will be placed in what? In the MAC address table. Fills up the MAC address table. Maybe the MAC address table can take 5,000 or 6,000 addresses. Gets full. That's it. After that, it cannot add anymore. What happens after it's full? Any legit traffic going to any port, the switch don't have that address, MAC address there, and it cannot put that MAC address in the table because the table is full. So the switch say, okay, since I don't know where the port is, I will take that traffic and flood it to all the port on the switch. And then this person here is going to capture all the frames. Yeah.
You could probably, yeah.
A computer that isn't sniffing or doing anything, what does it do with those packets it's flooded with? Does it just drop it?
Oh yeah, it doesn't care about it because the MAC address, destination MAC address is not its own. The computer only processes packets with the destination MAC address belong to its own address. Yeah.
You could just take that Raspberry Pi and just, I guess, put it into one port.
Yeah.
Because it's going to upload a constant stream of MAC addresses, and whenever the switch just sends down, it's just going to, on the receiving end, it can just keep that going for as long as the switch keeps. It'll just suck up everything as long as the switch keeps flooding.
Of course. Well, some switches when they get flooded, they just go belly up. I mean, they just will reboot, reset. They just die. That's a denial of service, actually. You know, and the MAC address flooding, they don't want to do a denial of service. They don't want to crash the switch, but they want to steal and sniff data, and they'll do that basically by doing the MAC address flooding. But on some switches, it crashes the switch too. Yeah.
Can you accomplish that wirelessly? Like if you go to like the Starbucks, could someone do that? Just get a hold of their free Wi-Fi and then just start.
But they can get hold of their free Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, they can do that too, of course. But there is a. I mean, that's why you have to do security. That's we're getting to the next point is you need to protect against that type of.
What do they see, like credit card information, like card we have?
Whatever traffic you're going. Maybe it's encrypted traffic that cannot do anything with it. Or maybe it's just regular plain text traffic that they can capture.
Is it something like we have with Target or?
With Target, yes, but they did it over the with Target. They man-in-the-middle attacks. In Target, there were two incidents. One of them way before on Ross. I don't know which was it, Ross or something. They did it over the wireless. They were in the parking lot, and they did not have their traffic encrypted, so they sniffed everything. They broke the web encryption, which was super weak, and they collected as much as they
But that's
on the Target traffic is different. It's a little bit more sophisticated. They actually got into their servers, you know, and exploited vulnerabilities on the server side.
Yeah, they were actually able to make it all the way to the card scanner,
Yeah.
which was pretty, was
Which
pretty
means
impressive.
that they had full access to the network, yeah, to the card scanner. So they were able to sniff packets to find the device ID, because from the MAC address, they were able to identify whether it's a port scanner, which is point of sale, what is it, you know, because they're all there on the internet. You just put the MAC address, it tells you right away. Who is it?
That's real weak.
Yeah. So they basically did it like that.
Their passwords and everything.
Yeah, and probably they wouldn't be able the switches because it's a layer 2. They probably would not have been able to stop any attack like that. That's a little bit more sophisticated on a higher level. You know.
Do you by chance remember who